When a woman reaches her 80s, she begins to see life from a place that few ever do, a quiet hilltop of experience where every sunrise feels like a reflection of everything she has lived through. The truth is undeniable. The body slows down. Tasks that once took a few minutes might now take a little longer. The knees may protest, the back might ache, and sleep isn't as sound as it once was. But something extraordinary happens alongside that physical change. A different kind of light begins to glow. It's the glow of wisdom. The kind that can't be learned from books or captured in youth. It's born from decades of joy, heartbreak, struggle, and victory. Every wrinkle carries a memory, every scar a story. She no longer rushes to impress anyone. She understands that time is the most precious currency, and wasting it on fear or vanity is a luxury she can't afford. Instead of mourning lost energy, she learns to channel what remains into what truly matters. A slow morning with tea becomes a blessing, not a delay. Watching children or grandchildren live their lives becomes more rewarding than chasing her own ambitions. She starts to notice beauty in silence, meaning in ordinary moments, and power in patience. And while her body may tire easily, her mind is sharper in ways that only come with age. She can sense truth instantly. She's seen too much to be fooled. Her advice, though simple, carries the weight of 8 decades of living. That is the brilliance of wisdom. It outshines youth's energy. Many younger people mistake slowness for weakness, but the truth is, women in their 80s often possess a quiet strength that youth can't even comprehend. Their calmness is their armor, their insight, their light. They've learned that every season of life holds its own kind of beauty, and that wisdom, not energy, is the real engine that keeps the heart alive. By the time a woman reaches her 80s, her body begins to whisper what it once shouted. The steps grow slower, the hands tremble slightly, and the mirror tells stories of a long, beautiful life. But beneath that fragile surface, something extraordinary is taking shape, a spirit so strong that even time can't break it. The truth is, physical weakness is inevitable. Muscles lose their firmness, bones lose their density, and energy drains faster than it used to. But as the physical body softens, the inner self hardens with grace. This is the phase of life where emotional endurance becomes the true muscle. Decades of challenges, loss, love, disappointment, and triumph have built a core that nothing can shake. She's no longer afraid of what's coming, because she has already faced so much and survived it all. The storms that once terrified her now feel like passing rain. Her perspective changes. Pain is no longer an enemy but a teacher. Aging is no longer a curse but a privilege denied to many. With every new bitter wrinkle, her gratitude deepens, because she's still here, still breathing, still part of this vast story called life. Her spirit becomes her armor. She finds strength in prayer, in reflection, in memories that remind her of how far she begins to transform into peaceful aloneness. She starts to enjoy her own company in ways she never did before. There's freedom in choosing her own rhythm. No rush, no noise, no expectations. She discovers the beauty of small things. The sound of the wind outside her window, the way morning light spills across her table, the warmth of her favorite blanket. Silence, once unbearable, becomes her comfort zone. In those quiet moments, she connects with her inner world, reflecting, praying, remembering, and forgiving. She revisits the chapters of her life, not with regret, but with gratitude. Every face, every loss, every joy feels like a piece of her soul's puzzle falling into place. That's when loneliness loses its power. It doesn't disappear, but it no longer hurts. It becomes a gentle reminder of how much she has lived and loved. Peace takes its place, soft, steady, and real. Her solitude becomes sacred. She learns that peace isn't found in company but within the calm of her own heart. And while others may pity her quiet days, she knows something they don't. True contentment doesn't always need noise or people. It just needs acceptance. By the time a woman reaches her 80s, her reflection tells a story, not of fading beauty, but of a life that has been beautifully lived. The skin that once glowed with youth now bears gentle lines of wisdom. The hair may have turned silver, the hands may show veins and wrinkles, yet there's a quiet radiance that no mirror can fully capture. It's not the glow of makeup or fashion, it's the timeless shine of grace. Yes, the outer beauty softens. The sparkle in the eyes might dim a little, and the mirror might feel less forgiving. Society often glorifies youth, making aging feel like a loss. But what the world forgets is that true beauty never truly fades, it just changes form. For a woman at 80, beauty lives in her expressions, her kindness, her patience, her laughter, and the gentle warmth she brings wherever she goes. There's something magnetic about a face that has smiled through pain, loved deeply, and survived years of change. Her grace doesn't need to be announced, it's felt. People around her sense her calm presence, the softness in her words, the wisdom in her silence. She doesn't compete for attention anymore, she commands respect through authenticity. Where vanity once ruled, gratitude now takes its place. She learns to see beauty in imperfection, in her body's resilience, in her scars that tell stories of healing, in her eyes that still hold light despite all they've seen. She realizes that grace isn't about looking young, it's about feeling whole. Her glow now comes from within, from acceptance, love, and peace. When she speaks, her words carry meaning. When she smiles, it lights up hearts. When she sits quietly, she radiates dignity. This is a kind of beauty that no wrinkle can erase. So while the world may say her looks have faded, those who truly see her know the truth. Her beauty has deepened. It has matured into something sacred, a glow born from decades of compassion, endurance, and love. And that glow of grace, it never dies. It lingers, shines, and reminds everyone that aging isn't the end of beauty. It's its most refined form. At 80, health is no longer something to take for granted. It becomes the quiet foundation of every good day. A woman at this age begins to realize that her body, once strong and forgiving, now asks for gentleness, patience, and care. Every meal, every step, every breath feels precious. The truth is simple yet powerful. To stay well, she must respect her body as the temple that has carried her through 8 decades of living. Gone are the days when she could skip meals, stay up late, or push through exhaustion. Her body speaks louder now. With aches, stiffness, or fatigue, reminding her that nourishment and rest are no longer optional. But with that awareness comes wisdom. She learns to listen to her body instead of fighting it. A warm bowl of soup becomes comfort medicine, a short morning walk feels like a victory, and deep breathing turns into a healing ritual. Food becomes more than flavor, it becomes fuel. She understands that every bite either builds her strength or drains it. Fresh fruits, simple home-cooked meals, and water replace the indulgences of youth. She's not chasing diets or trends, she's nurturing longevity. Even a quiet moment in the sun, soaking in warmth, feels like a form of therapy. But health isn't just physical, it's emotional too. She knows that worry, anger, and stress take a toll faster than ever before. So she chooses peace over arguments, smiles over complaints, gratitude over comparison. Her mental health becomes her daily medicine. Prayer, meditation, or a few minutes of reflection help her keep balance in mind and body. Doctors, medications, and checkups may now be part of her routine, but she doesn't see them as burdens, she sees them as tools of self-respect. Each effort, no matter how small, is an act of love toward the life she still has. At 80, health isn't about perfection, it's about preservation. It's about waking up with gratitude, moving with care, and living with awareness. Every bite, every breath, every heartbeat matters, because she knows that respecting her health is not just about surviving longer, but living deeper, calmer, and more joyfully each day. By the time a woman turns 80, her mind becomes a beautiful archive, full of laughter, tears, faces, and moments that shaped who she is. Yet, the pages of that memory book sometimes begin to fade. Names slip away, dates get mixed up, and certain details vanish like smoke in the wind. At first, this can feel frightening, a loss of something deeply personal. But what remains, what never fades, are the lessons those memories taught her. The truth is, even when the mind forgets the small things, the heart remembers the meaning behind them. She may not recall every friend's birthday, but she remembers the warmth of true friendship. She might forget what day it is, yet she knows how to be kind, how to love, and how to forgive. The experiences of a lifetime have carved wisdom so deep that even time cannot erase it. She's lived through eras of change, through joy, loss, growth, and healing. Every success and mistake has taught her something valuable. These lessons now act as her inner compass. When she advises others, her words carry the weight of decades, not because she remembers everything, but because she understands everything. Sometimes she smiles at fragments of the past, a song, a smell, a photograph, that brings sudden clarity. In those moments, her heart floods with emotion. But, even when the details blur, she doesn't grieve what's lost, she cherishes what remains. The wisdom of patience, the strength to endure, the courage to let go, these are the treasures time cannot steal. Her forgetfulness teaches her humility, too. She learns to live in the present moment more than ever before. Each new day becomes a fresh start, each conversation a rediscovered connection. Forgetting, in a strange way, becomes freeing, a gentle reminder to focus on what truly matters now. So yes, memories blur, faces fade, moments slip away. But the essence of life, love, kindness, faith, resilience, stays crystal clear. She might forget the story, but she'll never forget the meaning. And in that clarity of wisdom, she carries the truest memory of all. The understanding of what it means to live fully, love deeply, and let go gracefully. When a woman reaches her 80s, her circle often becomes smaller. not by choice, but by the gentle hand of time. Friends who once filled her life with laughter may no longer be around. Family members live far away, caught in the rhythm of their own lives. Calls come less often, visits feel shorter, and sometimes the house grows quieter than she ever imagined. But within that shrinking circle, something extraordinary happens. Love transforms. It becomes purer, softer, and infinitely deeper. Gone are the days of people-pleasing or keeping up appearances. She no longer wastes energy on relationships that drain her. What matters now is sincerity. Those who truly care, who bring warmth and peace instead of drama and noise. A simple conversation with an old friend, a grandchild's hug, or a neighbor's kind gesture holds more value than grand parties or crowded rooms. Her understanding of love changes. It's no longer about possession or expectation, it's about presence. She finds beauty in small acts. A hand to hold, a smile shared, a prayer whispered for someone far away. She begins to love with patience and forgiveness, realizing that time is too precious for grudges. Even when she loses people she loves, she carries their memory not with sadness but with gratitude for the moments they shared. This stage of life teaches her that love doesn't depend on how many people surround her. It depends on how deeply she feels for the few who remain. Relationships may be fewer, but they're richer. Every "I love you" feels more meaningful, every goodbye more sacred. She also learns to love herself in a new way. After years of giving and caring for others, she finally understands that her own heart deserves that same tenderness. Sitting alone no longer feels lonely, it feels peaceful. She's surrounded by invisible love, memories, prayers, and a lifetime of bonds that time can't erase. So yes, relationships shrink, but love grows purer. It sheds its complications and becomes simple, sincere, and eternal. At 80, she finally realizes that real love doesn't fade with distance or age. It lives quietly inside her, steady, forgiving, and endlessly kind. At 80, a woman's heart learns one of life's greatest lessons: acceptance. It doesn't come easily or suddenly. It's a slow awakening that follows decades of holding on to people, memories, dreams, and expectations. But now, she realizes that peace doesn't come from controlling life, it comes from allowing it to unfold. What once felt like loss now feels like release. What once hurt deeply now feels like understanding. Acceptance becomes her quiet superpower. She accepts her body for what it is. Not perfect, not young, but wonderfully resilient. Every wrinkle, every ache, every scar tells a story of survival. Instead of wishing to be who she was, she begins to honor who she's become. She stops fighting time and starts walking beside it. That surrender doesn't weaken her, it strengthens her. She also accepts others as they are. The impatience that once caused conflict is replaced by compassion. She understands that everyone carries unseen burdens. She doesn't demand apologies or explanations anymore. She gives forgiveness freely, not for others' sake but for her own peace. The grudges she held for years dissolve quietly, making space for calmness she never knew before. Most of all, she accepts the rhythm of life, the coming and going of people, the rise and fall of health, the inevitable passage of time. She no longer fears the unknown because she's learned that every ending hides a new beginning, even if it's invisible. Letting go no longer feels like losing, it feels like flying lighter. In acceptance, she discovers freedom, freedom from worry, regret, and the illusion of control. She finds joy in simplicity. A morning breeze, a bird's song, the warmth of sunlight on her face. Each day feels like a quiet gift, not a countdown. The young may see acceptance as giving up, but for her, it's the opposite. It's rising above. It's choosing peace over struggle, faith over fear, and love over longing. By 80, she finally realizes what life was trying to teach her all along. Control is temporary, but acceptance is eternal. And in that moment of surrender, she becomes truly free, calm, grounded, and beautifully unbreakable.